Everyone and welcome back to my channel Options Trader Today. So today in this video I'll be explaining you the gold, how the gold price has moved in the last 2 days and how the price of gold can move in the next 2 days. See the gold now trading at a level of around $4202.90. Okay, this is right now what we can see in the 15 minutes chart. In this video we'll be focusing on 48 hours plan. I'll work on 15 minutes chart, 2 hours chart, daily chart, and give you exact support and resistance level and scenario plays you can use over the next 2 days. Let's go straight to the charts. This is a 15 minutes chart. Okay, on 15 minutes chart we are looking for a quick high props entries and tight exits. Current price is around 4202.935. Okay, on short term you can say the seller stepping at a recent high with a quick pullback, as you can see at these two levels, and then a downside. If there is a zone breakout, upside can be seen. So intraday levels, what you can see on the support size, that will be around 4185 and 4193, because see, as soon as the price started going below a level of around 4185 at this level, because a pattern is forming, so chances are high as soon as the price started falling below 4185, before that 4189, and from there 4185, so chances will be high it can cross a level of 4175 and a probability of going towards 4163 can be there. But if it started sustaining, okay, and backup intraday support, you can say that these are the two levels which is already weak, so we can see it can move further down. Intraday resistance and target, what we can see, okay, that is today's high what we have seen. I'll explain you in my in a day wise chart. See, if it sustain and it can move towards $42.18, and if that sustain, a further high can be seen towards 42.31, and if the price going above that level, a probability of going towards 42.40 can be seen. Then this pattern will support this bigger pattern and a smaller pattern. Okay, now what we can do in the next 2 days, if the price dips below a level of 4185, and because these levels are already weak, so we can see the price can move further down. So you can see a bullish rejection, a pin bar engulfing, or a sharp wick. Take a small scalp long with a tight stop. You have to understand that putting SL is very important. That will save the capital, and if you are trailing your SL, your profit, okay, that is very important if you are trailing your SL. Now if the price break above a level of around 42.30, then on 15 minutes chart with momentum, look for a continuation towards 42.45 can be seen. If you are trailing your SL by $10 or $15, at least you will capture a higher movement towards upside, which is basically today's high. Okay, now in 15 minutes chart, decisively below, if it started going below a level of 4185, which is already weak, it can touch a level of 4165, and aside and lock for a short scalp at around 4150 and 4140, because we have seen today's low is around 4170. So if the price started going towards 4165, chances of falling further down can be seen. Now coming back on a 2 hours chart, you will understand how the price has moved for on the basis of 2 hours chart. Because see, if you are looking for intraday trade, basically 15 minutes chart, but when you are looking for a swing or sessional structures, you have to go for 2 hours chart. Zooming out to the 2 hours chart for the next two trading sessions, okay, there are two hour zones. What you can see as a support, we can see that if the price started going below a level of 4173 level, chances of going towards a level of around further fall can be seen towards a level of 4160. This is what we can see. Okay, so if it started going below 4185, chance of touching 4160 can be seen. Then there will be a zone breakout, so further fall can be there. But on the resistance level, a probability of going towards 4216 can be there, and if the price moving above that particular level, probability of going towards 4239, which is already tested, so we can see the price can move up this level. Okay, and this pattern will support an upside, so chances are high it can move towards 4261, and then a further high can be seen. So bullish scenario, what you have to see, that if the price rises above a level of $42-43, then there is a chances a further upside can be seen on 2 hours chart. But if the price keep falling below a level of $41.81, then a level of around 41.74, is a level which is already weak, so we can see it can move further low, and then there will be a zone breakout, so further fall can be seen. Okay, now coming back on a daily chart, that is very important you to understand because the price is quite volatile. We have seen today's range at around 41.70 and to a level of 42.14 around. Okay, so that is, we have seen around a $44 movement, or if the price started going above this level, we can see there can be a zone towards an upside if the price sustain. Looking at this particular chart, what you can see there is a pattern has formed on a day wise chart. This is a clear pattern is forming. Now there is a pattern towards an upside, this particular pattern, and a bigger pattern is showing that if the trend breaks, the narrow pattern is going, so if the trend breaks towards an upside, chances are high, but it has to sustain above a level of around 40 to 41. Okay, on a day wise chart, then we can see there can be a rise. So as soon as started sustaining this level, trail your SL and trail your SL by around $10 to $15 or 15 to 20 depending on your risk. Okay, now the daily chart, this is a bias anchor for the next 48 hours. I'll be giving you more details. See, currently the picture, as you can see, the price is now trading at a level of 42.03. Okay, and bulls and bear are contesting the mid range. I've already mentioned you, and the daily momentum is neutral to mildly bullish, but strong term RSI shows occasional overbought. Okay, so daily support and resistance, I've clearly mentioned you that primary daily support bands is at around 4140 to a level of 4180. But if we go on a secondary support, that we can see is coming a far low below this level. I'll show you in this particular chart that we can see it can move further down towards a level of around 4130, and if then the next support directly coming at around 4100. This is what we can see on the day wise chart. Okay, so but if we see this particular pattern, if it breaks this level, then we can see a level of 4135, and if the price fall below this level, a level of 4111 can be seen, and if the price falling below this level, chance of going towards 4041 can be there. This is what we can see. But suppose if it sustain this level, we can see it can move towards 40 to $21, and if the price moving off this level, probability of going towards 40 to 44 can be seen. This is the pattern we can see. If the price sustaining above that level, a further high can be seen towards $42.63, and if that sustain, a further upside can be seen towards 42.66. This is the zone, and there will be a narrow pattern as formed. So probability as soon as it moves upside, a further high can be seen. That is what we can see looking at this particular chart. Chance of crossing 42.66 will be there as soon as this breakout happens towards an upside. Okay, and higher the resistance, as if it started going above a level of 42.80, we can see there is a higher chances it will touch a level of around 43.30, because what we have seen, a narrow pattern will cross an upside and a probability of going towards next resistance which is at a level of 43.30. That is a resistance one, and once started crossing this level, we can see it can move towards a resistance level of 43.37. Okay, so trail your SL by $15 to $20 as soon as the price sustain this particular level of around $40 to $52. Okay, now coming back on the downside, what you can see, but if it started going below a level of around 42, then a further downfall can be seen. But as of now, the price is already above a level of 4200, so there is a higher chances that if it started going below a level of 4185, then only we can see there can be a further fall, and then towards a level of 4140. So after 4185, chances of going towards a level of 4169 can be seen, and which 4174 to a level of $4169, and this level is already weak, so we can see there can be a further downfall. Again, you can trail your SL by $15 to $20. Okay, so what now, this is what you can see on this particular chart. Okay, now if you see what can move the chart and the price of gold in this particular week, as I have clearly mentioned you that chances are very high that as soon as the price started sustaining above this level, a further upside can be seen because it is moving in a particular level. Okay, so any Fed speaker comment or US economic prints, inflation or job data, gold can react on this particular level. Okay, and a USD index move stronger As I've already mentioned you, dollar index is below $100, and a geopolitical headlines, sudden risk events can spike. So 1 hour before the event and after 1 hour the event, if you are not trading on the volatility, avoid these 2 hours. Okay, now on the bull scenario, I've clearly mentioned you that if the price sustain above a level of 42, 33, $32, there is a probability of further upside. Or if it's keep moving over level of 42, 28, then there is a chances you can trail your SL by 15, $20. So at least you'll capture a higher movement towards an upside. But if the price keep moving in a range of 41.85 to a level of 42.35, then there will be a range. Okay, but if the price keep falling below a level of 41.85, then a probability of going towards 41.74 to a level of around 41.44. So trail your SL again by 15 to $20. So at least you'll capture a big movement towards downside. Now, okay, so you have to understand on a 15-minute chart, I've clearly mentioned you about the trends and as well as 2 hours. On a daily wise, as you can see looking at this particular chart, this is what we have seen in the next 2 days. So exact entry, clear indication, and trade ideas for intraday swing trades. If you want, I'll mark these zones on chart